Hi everyone, it's Reverend Deanna Cox here. I am a minister with the United Church of Canada. I serve Daysland, Killam and Roseland, and this online community of DKR United. This is our midweek reflection for my last week before my sabbatical. I'm excited, but there's also a bit of sadness about not being with you all the time. So, it's a mixed thing, but I am very much in need of and in looking forward to this time of rest and rejuvenation. I've said last week that I've delved into it a little bit already with my book on leadership, and so I'm still learning and quite excited with that. I have some other exciting news. I don't know if you can see, yesterday I got vaccinated. So I am super excited about that, and just one more step in us being able to worship together in person. Despite the announcements yesterday of further restrictions, there is hope for the future. And so let's dwell in that place of hope. So I wanted to do a quick check-in about our wellness challenge. I logged on for an extra live video on the 1st of May to remind you that our wellness challenge was starting. And so I thought that I would check in and see how you all are doing. Me personally, some of my challenges are going really well, and others not so much. As it has been, I've been struggling to find time in the day to put in my exercise regime that I wanted. And so I don't know if that's something that you struggle with too, but trying to find a time not only when my time is free and open, but also that I'll be able to maintain when I return to a regular work schedule. So I want to check in, see how you are doing. So I hope that you are tracking your progress, and and if you need someone to encourage you, I hope that you reach out for that too, because that's kind of what this is about. And I briefly mentioned about yesterday's announcement about some tighter restrictions in our province, and I wanted to let you know that the restriction for places of worship is a maximum of 15 people. So I know there are many that are deeply longing for in-person worship. I'm there too. I would love to see you all and talk with you and chat with you, but the reality is I'm not sure that is appropriate at this time, with it like only 15 people and no singing and no visiting afterwards. But know that for you, those of you who are so profoundly longing for that day when we can worship together, that my heart is with you, and that, boy, we will sing a joyous song when we are able. Along with that, I've noticed, not just because of yesterday's announcement, but just kind of since January probably, like a growing weariness amongst people, and a growing weariness and growing tensions as debate about things like the Grace Life Church or the No More Lockdown rodeo rally, or wearing masks or not wearing masks, as those debates increase and the tensions rise between everyone. And my heart goes out to you, because I know those are not easy discussions, and that often those discussions and debates and arguments are happening even amongst family members, not just strangers, not just people at coffee or our neighbors, They are with our beloveds. And so my heart goes out to you. There are people that can help you with that. I'm here for this week. And we also have, while I'm away, you are not abandoned. We have clergy that are taking on the role of pastoral care while I am on sabbatical. So please, if it's just for your own well-being, if it's to help you with something that some tension you're experiencing in your life, there are people that are here to be with you through that time while I am away. So you can contact the office to find out who they are. I know it's posted on the office door, and I'm sure it will be posted at the office door in Daysland as well if you access the building. There are, on the phone answering machine, it's mentioned, and I'm sure we want to be cautious about just broadly broadcasting phone numbers and stuff on our internet, but there are many ways that you could find out. So, as you can see behind me, we still have a lot of plants for our Mother's Day plant event. So if you are interested in plants, there's even another table over this way. So if you are interested in plants, they are available for a donation. The donation goes towards our Mission and Service Fund, which is our outreach arm, our outreach arm of the United Church of Canada. And each church commits to a certain amount to support that outreach arm. And that's one of the places where our givings have kind of slacked off through the pandemic, is our Mission and Service Fund. And so if you would like your donation to go towards Daysland, Killam, or Roseland's Mission and Service contribution, you can say which church that you want it to go to. Or you can just give it and it'll go in and support the Mission and Service Fund in general. They do amazing work, not only in our province, all across Canada and around the world. I am really proud of how the United Church of Canada does their mission and outreach work, and they do it with as much integrity and authenticity and respect for the people that they are supporting as possible. And so if you were going to make a charitable donation, I would highly recommend the Mission and Service Fund of the United Church of Canada. And so some of the plants that are left, if Killam is still going forward with their community-wide garage sale this coming weekend, we're going to try and put some plants out for that, or at least have them accessible for that if people want to stop and pick one up. And we might have seen advertisement for a drive-by greeting. Well, because I am going on sabbatical and you might have something that you want to say to me. And so we're just offering, if people want to drive by, there's times for a Killam and there's some times in Daysland. We tried to split it up so that people could, and you don't have to, if you live in Killam and that time doesn't work for you, you can go wherever the times work best. I think it's 10 till 2 in Killam because it's affiliated with the garage sale, and I think it's 6:30 to 7:30, 8 o'clock in Daysland. So an evening and a daytime, 2 different locations. If you want to drive by and say hi, you can do that. We'll probably stay in your vehicle and masked, and we'll just chat that way. And yeah, we are trying our best to do what we can to connect. We're also doing a Zoom coffee time after our recorded worship service on Sunday. So for those of you who aren't familiar with Zoom, Sandra has sent out a link. You can click on it. If that doesn't work on your device, for whatever reason, sometimes the cameras and the audio and whatever, there is a phone number, an Alberta phone number that you can call. It's not toll-free, but many people have like evening and weekend long distance calling plans. So that'll be Sunday, so it'll be a weekend. So there's an Alberta number that you can call and then just chat and have coffee with everybody, a virtual coffee with everybody. So I hope you'll take a chance on that on Sunday. And speaking of Sunday, it's Mother's Day, and we're going to be talking about growth and nurturing. And so I invite you to start thinking about who has done this for you, who has helped you grow and has nurtured you. And maybe then thinking about how have you done this during this last year and almost a half. How have you used this pandemic time to grow and nurture yourself? And then to think about how can we help others? How can we nurture others and help them to grow in this time? We have developed care teams for each congregation, a group of people who've come together to help call every member of our congregation. I encourage them to keep doing that throughout my sabbatical and throughout this pandemic as ways that we can keep in touch with each other and keep reaching out to nurture each other. If you are not on that list, because maybe you're part of our online community, you can reach out to our office and let us know, and we will make sure that you are put on the care call list. You can also do this yourselves by phoning a friend. I know I posted a thing on our Facebook page about a community in northern Edmonton, north end of Edmonton, who's developed a painted rock path that as it's along all painted with messages of hope and inspiration. I know I have a colleague in Saskatoon who, for their own well-being, made a blessing garden in their front yard with painted rocks that people can take or leave or, spread around to share good. So those are things that we can do. And I don't know if you remember, but back at the beginning of this pandemic, people would share music. They would go out onto their balconies. I've seen a video circulating on Facebook about a gentleman who moved into an apartment and played piano and played back and forth with his neighbor, playing the pianos and sharing that love of music through the walls of their apartment. Music is something that we can do to nurture people in this time of weariness and endurance that we are finding ourselves in at this moment. And so I encourage you to do whatever you can to help nurture and care for and encourage growth in yourself and in those around us. So, it's been a full and rich week already, and it's only Wednesday. But yes, it has. And so, the other thing you need to do when it's been like that is to remind yourself that it is okay to stop and to just breathe. And it is okay to nurture yourself so that at some point you will have the energy to nurture others. And so, friends, let's take a breath. We all are experiencing this time in different ways. All I ask is that you approach it with compassion and kindness and love, and that you nurture yourself as a child of God, and in turn use that to draw out the best child of the beloved in others. There's some things that I would like to offer prayers for. I will do it again on Sunday, but I think that we could get some extra prayers in would be fine. And I know most of you that are local will know that there were some pretty severe grass fires along Highway 13 last Saturday. And so prayers for all involved and for all the responders that came to work that fire. And not only for that specific fire, but prayers for our firefighters and first responders, because we are incredibly dry. And our fire season is going to be hard. And so just prayers for safety and prayers of love for them. I've noticed farmers out in their fields prepping the ground and seeding already. So prayers for safety for them as they do this spring work. And then I would also ask for prayers for rain. And then I went back to my list and I said, well-timed rain. And that's tricky because good timing for one is not necessarily good timing for another. But know that prayers for rain are in my heart, and I hope in yours. I would like to offer, as a newly vaccinated person, I would like to offer prayers for all those who are working in our care centers and pharmacies to help with get the vaccine rolled out as quickly and efficiently as possible. And then on top of that, I would like to add prayers for anyone and everyone who deals with the public. As our weariness, as our anxiety, as our tensions increase, they are the frontline workers. And I think I would just hope that we send them as much love as possible. Smile at, even under your mask, smile. You can tell when someone is smiling. Smile at them and tell them they're doing a good job. Anybody that is working with the public. Because I have seen too many, way too many, and one is too many, of aggressive confrontations with our retail people. So those are our prayers for this day. And as I said on Sunday, we're going to be talking about growth and nurture. So we will offer prayers for those who have nurtured and helped us grow, as well as prayers that we ourselves will continue to grow and to nurture that in others. So join me in a moment of silence as we wrap all of those prayers and the prayers of our hearts and join them together through our breath. Let us pray. Amen. Thank you, folks, for joining me for our midweek reflection. in this, my last week before my sabbatical time. I will see you on Sunday at 10 o'clock for our worship service, 11 for our Zoom coffee chat, and perhaps on Saturday, if you choose to do a drive-by greeting, either in Killam from 10 till 2 or Daysland from 6:30 till about 8. See you guys later. Take care. God bless you. Bye.